In Activity 11, Mounting Tension, students use their string and percussion instruments to investigate the relationship between tension and pitch. Students then compare the changes of the pitch of sounds produced by different objects at different degrees of tension. You will need the following materials from the kit: Activity Sheet 11, plastic containers, plastic sheet 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters, tongue depressors, 12 centimeters red rubber bands, and masking tape. You will also need to provide pencils, scissors, and a stringed instrument such as a guitar or violin. To prepare for the activity, make a copy of Activity Sheet 11 for each student. Cut the 12 centimeter rubber bands in half so that you have 12 centimeter lengths, one piece for each team, plus one for your demonstration. For the first part of the activity, each team of 2 will need a tongue depressor, a rubber band, a pencil, and access to the masking tape. For the second part of the activity, each team of 2 will need a plastic container, a sheet of plastic, and a pencil. Also, bring or borrow a stringed instrument such as a guitar or violin for the demonstration. To begin the activity, give each team a rubber band, a tongue depressor, and a pencil. Have the students wrap one end of the rubber band twice around the tongue depressor and secure it with masking tape. Then, wrap the other end of the rubber band twice around one end of the pencil, near the eraser, and tape it tightly. Explain that the tension of a rubber band or a string is its tightness when it is stretched or pulled. Ask students, how can you increase the tension of your rubber band? Students may suggest stretching the rubber band out. Have one student in each team hold the tongue depressor upright, and the other student hold the pencil upright with the eraser resting on the desk so that the rubber band is parallel to the table. Encourage students to practice changing the tension of the rubber band. Ask students, how did you change the tension? The students may have moved the pencil and tongue depressor closer together or farther apart. If they have not discovered it for themselves, demonstrate to the students how to rotate the pencil to tighten and loosen the rubber band. Ask, how do you increase and decrease the tension? The students can increase tension either by winding up or by tightening the rubber band, and they can decrease the tension by unwinding or by loosening the rubber band. Next, ask students, how do you think the sound made by plucking the rubber band will be affected by changing the tension? Accept all reasonable suggestions. The students may suggest that the pitch will change. Give each student a copy of Activity Sheet 11 and have them record their predictions. Explain that it is important to keep the tongue depressor and the pencil the same distance apart as they tighten and loosen the band by rotating the pencil. Have the students test their predictions and record their observations on the activity sheet. Next, give each team of 2 a plastic container and a sheet of plastic. Demonstrate how to place the plastic sheet over the top of the container, gather the plastic underneath, and hold it tightly. Ask students, what kind of an instrument have you made? It is a drum. Then ask, how can you change the tension of the drumhead? The student should suggest that the plastic sheet could be stretched tighter or looser. Then ask, how do you think the sound produced by the drum will be affected by a change in the tension of the plastic sheet? Have the students record their predictions on the activity sheet. Show them how to hold the plastic sheet and tighten and relax their grip on it in order to change its tension. Tell students to test their predictions by changing the tension and beating their drum with the eraser end of a pencil. Ask them to record their observations on the activity sheet. Be sure that every team member gets a turn at varying the tension of the plastic. Next, ask students, how did increasing or decreasing the tension of the plastic drumhead affect the pitch? The students should have found that increasing the tension made the pitch go up, and decreasing the tension made the pitch go down. Give the students time to review their predictions and observations. Encourage them to look for patterns. Ask, what happened to the pitch of the sound produced by plucking the rubber band as you increased its tension? What happened when you decrease tension? The student should reply that the pitch went up when they increased tension and the pitch went down when they decreased tension. Help them understand that the same concept applies when the tension is increased and decreased in the plastic drumhead. Then ask, what can you conclude about the effect of tension on pitch? The greater the tension of a material used to produce a sound, the higher the pitch, and the lower the tension of a material used to produce a sound, the lower the pitch. As an option, show the students a guitar or other stringed instrument. Repeatedly pluck a string while increasing the tension by turning the tuning peg as they observe how tension affects pitch. To review, ask students, what are 2 ways that sound can change? The student should know that sound can change in volume and pitch. Then ask, how can you change the volume? Review that changing the amount of force used to produce a sound can change the volume. Finally, ask students, what are the 3 factors that can be changed to affect the pitch of a sound? They should answer that the length, thickness, and tension of the object used to produce the sound can all affect the pitch. To conclude the activity, remove and discard the rubber bands and tape from the tongue depressors, pencils, and desktops. Return all materials to the kit. For science background, reinforcement activities, curriculum connections, and information about the Delta Science Reader, please consult your DSM Teacher's Guide.